Lowe's knows you want to get even more value for the holiday. That's why as a My Lowe's Rewards member, you get new member deals on holiday decor, tools, and more. And you earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards to help you save on holiday and more. Not a member? Join for free today at Lowe's.com/MyLowe'sRewards because Lowe's knows deals. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
In Texas, a 25-year-old may have set the record for the most bonds out of jail in 1 year.
Really?
Yeah, we got the details, Woody Overton.
Right.
In California, a man known as the Tinder killer is sentenced after a love triangle went horrifically bad. And we have a new segment we're going to be debuting in January. So we're going to give you a little sneak peek at what that sounds like.
Taste.
That's right. Mike's not here, so Mike's thinking that's unsanctioned stuff. Jim, you can't do that.
And
you can't unilaterally do a segment
and tell the people.
Yes, I can. You're not here.
That's right. You're not here. Tell the people your name.
Huh?
Tell the people your name and the date.
My name. That's right, y'all. It's December 22nd, 2023. It is Friday, and I am Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton. And as you said, no Mike Ago in the house. Homie's still a little under the weather. Maybe he's playing Grinch. Maybe he's playing Mr. Claus. I don't know.
Maybe he's skiing in Utah, and he's just telling us
that's
he's
right.
under the weather.
Maybe so, right? So if y'all see old Ago out there on the slopes, send us some pics. And
that's right.
Anyway, y'all, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas to each and every one of you and your families, and I hope y'all just have the most blessed time and all that great Christmas good cheer stuff.
That's right. That's right. That goes for all three of us. And hopefully you'll have a fun-filled Christmas full of family and friends and all that sort of stuff. And we're going to keep you true crimed out during that time.
While we're face-to-face, Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas,
right.
Woody Overton.
Love you much.
Love you much.
Right.
And
let's get into some true crime time for Friday.
Well, we're going to tell you a crazy story coming out of Texas with a guy named Cody Ryan Otwell, and he has made it clear to the Harris County justice system
that's Houston,
that he's not going to abide by his good bond conditions. Woody Overton.
Yeah. Let me know how that works out for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't stop the revolving door at the courthouse from repeatedly freeing him from jail.
Really?
Based on the number of appearances, Otwell should feel right at home in court. You would think Judge Hazel B. Jones would recognize him. She's granted him 9 felony bonds just this year.
What?
That's almost an average of once a month.
Yeah.
I would say this is extremely unusual, said defense attorney Emily DeToto. 9 felony bonds in the span of a lifetime is unusual.
Right.
But to get out on 9, and this is felonies, y'all. This ain't, 9 felony bonds in 1 calendar year, that would make the public wonder what bond was for.
It makes me wonder if he knows the judge intimately.
Something might be going on. It's all fixated on one victim that has had numerous protective orders ordering him to stay away from her. According to court documents, Otwell breaks into his ex-girlfriend's home and assaults her. His charges include assault with intent to impede breathing. That's weird
choking.
name. Well, that's choking. And violating protective orders. His bonds were actually revoked by a judge in July of 2023 for obvious reasons, because he keeps reoffending and he keeps getting charged with felonies. He keeps violating his bond conditions by contacting the victim. But a month later, Judge Hazel Jones raised his bond amount and Otwell walked out of jail again. The revolving door just keeps on revolving, prosecutors say. Otwell is back in custody following yet another attack on his ex on December 15th and 16th, just a few days ago. Yeah. He deserves his fair share of the blame, but I also blame our justice system because we keep putting him out to reoffend time after time. That from the prosecutors. And Woody, I'm gonna tell you this on this story. The issue here is these are, we kind of joke around because it's been so many times, but this guy's committing violent felonies. He's going to end up killing this girl is what's going to end up happening.
When you're sitting there and reading that, I'm thinking of all the cases, the murders that I worked and the same people you deal with, you arrest them over and over and over again. They get a protective order and they come back. Now, I'll give you one example, which I haven't told because the story's so disturbing, and I just don't even like to think about it. One guy, and I'm not going to say where or when, but he was a frequent flyer, and she had a restraining order against him, and the judge let him out after he'd been in jail X amount of time. And they needed the space, whatever, and he got a bond reduction here, and he got out, and he went home and killed her that time, and he killed his 2 kids.
Oh my!
And
God.
the judge, I saw the judge crying, and the judge said, "I will never, ever grant another bond on the domestic violence case." So y'all, if you're stuck in the cycle of violence, whether it's mental or physical like this, please get out of it. I call it the wheel. You have the hunky-dory period where everything's fine and it starts to go downhill, and then the battle comes up and all the ugly and nastiness until the arrest, and then they get back out and they can come and, oh, baby, the honeymoon period. I'm never going to do it again. We'll be so perfect. I'll treat you so great and the whole circle starts over again until one day they choke you like impeding breathing. Bro, you know how easy it is to snap the bone in the neck? I mean, it's like almost no pressure.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've worked too many of them. I just can't even think about it. So y'all get out of it if you're in it. And this asshole, he's going to kill her. Absolutely going to kill her. And it's just horrible. Hey, ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC. Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glaze, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unbelievable.
real. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gaba will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes, plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had.
All right. Okay. Now I'm about to blow your mind, Jim Chapman.
Uh-oh.
I'm about to blow your mind, Mike Ago, even though you're not here, because I am the stickler on all stories being about true crime, right?
Yes.
And nothing political and all that bullshit, right? But I came across something that I think I need to share with our listeners. We'll call it a public service announcement. And then just stick with me.
All
it's
right.
kind of funny, but it's really not, and it's a real deal. So, the holidays are all about family and fun times. And often that means some drinking involved. And when the drinking is good, the sex can be even better, right?
I'd agree with that.
Right. And I mean, it's the spirit, right? But now check this out. And I'd heard of this, but this evidently is a real deal. But there's some stunning new research that everyone should be aware of as we head through the remainder of the holiday season. Doctors in Germany have determined that men are more likely to fracture their penis during Christmas than any other time of the year. Stick with me. Although the penis is not a bone, it can fracture when the appendage is subject to sharp, blunt force. Afterwards, the penis usually resembles I don't know what the hell this means, AUBRGINE, but it turns purple and swollen, right? Such injuries typically happen during vigorous sex with positions like doggy and cowgirl known to be the biggest risk. Experts at the University Hospital in Munich analyzed data from more than 3,000 men who suffered the injury between 2005 and 2021. 40 penis fractures were logged over the Christmas period throughout the study. This represented a daily incident rate of 0.78 or 7 of every 10 days, which is 43% higher than the rest of the year.
Right.
So during Christmas time, men be getting their penises broken.
Yeah.
Now stay with me because I'm going somewhere with this. So it says, our findings place a demand on couples to cut back on wild sex during this time to reduce the risk of penile fractures. A penis fracture requires urgent medical treatment. Now, imagine going in the hospital and saying, I need that. I see you are, doctor, what's wrong? I broke my, right?
Yeah.
And it happens. But a fracture occurs, all right, back to it. For a man to get an erection, 2 spongy tubes called the corpora cavernosa fill up with blood and harden. These are surrounded by a fibrous lining known as the tunica Agovino, however you say it. But the fracture occurs when these areas rupture. And since 1924, 1,600 cases have been recorded worldwide. Researchers noted that in 50% of the cases, a gruesome cracking sound. It makes my balls hurt. It makes me hurt just thinking about it. It's painful. A gruesome cracking sound can be heard. Those who have already been traumatized from breaking their penis are often left with erectile dysfunction problems and a lifetime of painful sex. Imagine that. The trick to stopping, I'm not going to read the rest of the shit, but this is what I want to tell you about. So, Dr. Miranda Brown, our good friend, has Flourish.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Flourish hormone replacement.
Dr. Miranda Brown is a dear friend of ours and past sponsor of the show. This is not a commercial. I mean, I just want to give them a shout out.
And a big fan of Bloody Angola.
A huge fan of Bloody Angola. We went to their opening,
that's
her
right.
new place, but she's all over the country, y'all, and they do these hormone replacements and they do all this different stuff. Well, I'm in there the other day talked to her, and Corey Downing is actually the one that does this for her. They have a thing called the pee shots. And so when you break your dick, usually you have to have surgery, and like they put a pump in or something. And now that was years and years ago. That someone was talking about it. But so you have to get like a penis pump or something, right? And there was no fix for it. But I was reading the pamphlet I'm in there the other day, and I mean the thing on the thing. I was like, "What the fuck?" And she said, "Yeah." And then I said, "I thought they had to have surgery when you broke your dick." She said, "Not anymore. That what they do is they draw your blood out and they put it in this plasma machine. They spin and they get whatever the platelet, I don't know what platelets or whatever it's called, out. They extract it from your blood and they inject it into the wound site, and it uses your own body things to heal the stuff. And you have to have this done now before they get to do the surgery. That's how high of success rate it is. So if y'all needs, if your old man's if you broke your old man's penis, and tell them to go see Dr. Miranda Brown and Corey Downing at Florsholm. And
there you go.
They do all kinds of stuff. They do like hair and stuff now.
Yeah, they do.
This hormone replacement shit is crazy. Yeah. But anyway, they're great people, and that was not a commercial. I just wanted to do something to F with Mike because he's not here, and I'm finally doing an unsanctioned story, not about crime.
That's right.
Anyway,
that's right.
I hope that wasn't too much to share.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one.
It just made me cringe. I was reading it last night. I was like, oh my God. All right. I'm sorry. Back to true crime time for Friday.
That's right. All right, y'all. So I told you all at the little teaser section of what we talk about on today's show that we had a new segment we're going to come out with in the new year. We thought it'd be interesting to offer some commentary on 911 calls that are readily available these days. So here is an example of what you can look forward to with this new segment. The city of Sequim, Washington was terrorized in 2014 when police received a 911 call of a kidnapping at a local park that was witnessed by several people. What police found out after investigating is shocking to say the least. So here's the original 911 call, and then we're going to discuss it.
911, where's your emergency? Somebody just came. We're out at Terry Blake Park, and somebody just pulled up in a van and stole a kid off a bench and drove off. Terry Blake Park? Okay. Yeah. And what type of vehicle was he in? It was a Dodge Caravan. It was silver. God, I'm like shaking right now. Where did they go? There. Oh my God. What? Where did they go? I don't know. They just pulled out of the park. God, my kid was. Okay. Do you have a license plate for the car? No, I didn't. It just happened really fast. Okay. And they were wearing a mask? Yeah, he was wearing a mask. Oh my God. Can you describe what else he was wearing? He was wearing a black coat and black skinny jeans and tennis shoes. Where in the park are you? We're in the, I don't know. Where in the park are we right now? We're in where the Big Kids Toys is. Big Kids Toys? Yeah. We're in the Big Kids Toys, yeah. Okay. It sounds like we're getting a couple of calls about this. Are you the mom? No, I was just watching the little boy. The mom was in the bathroom. Okay, so the mom was in the bathroom? And he just jumped out. Yeah, the mom was in the bathroom. I was sitting right by the bench, and they just pulled up and stopped, and my son was sitting on the bench next to him, and he just yanked the kid away and took off. What's your name? Laying in the grass right in front of him. I'm Cassie. What kind of mask was he wearing? Cassie, what's your last name? Jason mask. Okay, I have your phone number is 207. Is that correct? Yes. So he was lying in the grass by the bench, and that's when he was taken. Yeah, I was laying in the grass by the bench, and my son and the little boy was sitting on the bench right in front of us, and they just pulled up, and he jumped out of the van and grabbed the little boy and took off. Did you see anybody else in the car with him? No. Did it have tinted windows? Driving. So there was a driver? I think they have two sliding doors and windows were all tinted except for the driver window. Oh my God. Did you see any bumper stickers on the car? It happened so fast, I don't know.
Now, you just heard that 911 call. Obviously, that lady was terrified, had witnessed a kidnapping. She's, right there in that park. And there was actually 2 other people that witnessed it that also called 911. So police start investigating this and they find out something. And they release a report and the newspaper picks it up and the newspaper talks about it. And it's going to shock you when I tell you what actually occurred. And it said 2 men in ski masks faked a kidnapping of a relative of one of them at Carrie Blake Park, though they claim they notified the Sequim Police Department of their intentions. That's right. And it said that the police were pursuing charges of an unrestrained child, dangerous behavior, and failure to get a filming permit. So stick with me.
Stick it to them, right?
Stick with me. Later that day, Richie declined, and Richie was the prosecutor, declined to press charges in the case, and it has brought national attention. And this is back in 2014. So at 5:32 p.m. on that day, dispatch called our parole sergeant, and this is the chief talking, who returned the call to the dispatch center. Someone said they were going to be filming a staged kidnapping video. At 5:36 p.m., 911 calls started coming in saying there was a kidnapping. We did not know for sure what we had. Right. Contrary to what one of the perps said, no one made direct contact with any Sequim police officer and never got permission to film the kidnapping. In a YouTube video of the kidnapping, eyewitnesses said they saw a man in a ski mask, later identified as Jason Holden, a Tacoma, Washington resident, scooped the boy up from the playground, put him in a vehicle in front of shaken onlookers and drive away. Now think about this, y'all. You're at the park. You're with your kids. A van pulls up. A guy grabs a kid. He has a ski mask on, throws him in a van and drives off. It'll freak you out, right? One witness, Tiffany Barrett, took it upon herself to chase the kidnapper's car for a block. She declined to be interviewed. Holden returned to the park later with the boy, identified as a relative, and a woman identified as the boy's mother. They told officers they were making an educational video on how the public would react to a real kidnapping.
What the fuck?
Sequim Police Sergeant Dave Campbell and officers Grant Dennis and Anthony Graham responded to the park, and it was all over in 4 minutes. When witnesses found out it was a staged event, several yelled at Holden and the mother's child, of course. Right. Citizens were very unhappy to find out about the prank. Police said the guys are amateurs that specialize in pranking. It's kind of like the Jackass the movie. Right. So after the incident, Jason Holden and Jeremy Holden said they were making the video about a real threat of child kidnapping. On their webpage, they apologized, saying they weren't expecting an intense reaction from Sequim residents. What did you think you were going to get?
They got exactly what they thought they were going to get.
Right. So basically the police come out and they say, we can't really charge them with anything. They didn't technically do anything. Well, it became an uproar at this time, and the national media got involved. And look, I would be pissed. I don't think that's funny, and I think they should have been charged.
Let me see what the problem is. If you call in and say, hey, you know what, we're going to be doing a fake kidnapping or whatever, fuck that.
Yeah.
How do you not know that this is not a real kidnapper saying, I'm going to be doing a fake kidnapping out of here so y'all don't have to respond?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Good point
and
there.
I'd be like, fuck you. You do that shit, I'm charging you with at least disturbing the peace or something.
Not only
all
that,
those people that called 911, their peace was disturbed. A police officer's peace can't be disturbed. Their peace is disturbed. Fuck them. I'd have put their ass under the jail. And I'd have called Child Protective Services.
Absolutely. You just nailed it on the head. You don't know how right you are. Because, and before I get into that, you're absolutely right. those guys didn't know if somebody in that park didn't have a gun.
Yeah. What did that
What if
have?
somebody would have had a gun and
They
shot him?
and trying to defend the kid?
Yeah. So what happened when all the dust settled? Well, the hoaxers eventually did get charged with disturbing the peace. That was something they could get charged with, and that was only under pressure. The national media pressured the police to finally charge them with something. So they did get charged. It was a misdemeanor.
It's a misdemeanor to say, I mean,
they didn't do any jail time.
Pay a fine.
Yeah, they had to work at the library, stamping library books or something. But all of that to film crazy, a YouTube video.
And well, you know what? They're still getting clicks on it, probably. And the sad thing is they made more money than what their bond was. Or they wouldn't have went to jail. They just would have got a ticket for disturbing the peace.
That's right. So look for those 911s every now and then.
And with that little kid, and you showed me the video right ahead of time. I was like, what the? And whatever. Hey, so that's going to be our new segment.
Yeah.
And what are we naming it?
Oh, we're going to name it yet.
Because you know what? I love
911
I have always loved to listen to 911 stories.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that shit. I used to sit in a radio room and if I had downtime, or one time I was healing from the head injury for like 12 weeks and I had to do light duty in the radio room. You wouldn't believe the shit that comes down on 911. So we'll come up. Y'all give us some suggestions. Go to Real Life Real Crime Daily Facebook page. Give us some suggestions on what we should name.
There you go.
Basically, each store is going to have a 911 deal. Yeah,
we'll play the call and then we'll just comment on it.
Right.
We'll offer our commentary, but you as the listeners, you'll be able to hear that call. Right. We'll cut that into the show.
I'll tell you, had I been in that park and I'd seen those dudes kidnapping a kid, and I don't have my pistol. First of all, I'm always going to have a pistol on me, so they would probably really been dead. Right. At the very least, I'm going to jump in there and try to whip that ass.
Yeah. I guarantee.
Yeah. So anyway,
crazy.
All right, let's go to some more social media bullshit. Now, I still can't log in to OnlyFans. And I swear I have tried, people. I'm not lying to you. But every time I go, somebody tell me what I'm doing wrong. Every time I go to log in, it says they send me a confirmation email, but the confirmation email never comes. And I've used different email addresses. I don't know. Maybe my phone's blocked. I don't know. But let's take another one. The Tinder killer.
The Tinder killer.
Tinder killer. Now, I've never been on Tinder, but isn't it like a sex app or something?
It's a dating app, not necessarily a sex act, but some people on there just date, and they're.
Well, I mean,
it's kind of like a friend with benefits.
You're not going out on a date.
That's what I hear.
They just have a chat over coffee. I would imagine everybody gets on there and wants to screw, but anyway, maybe not. I don't know. So anyway, let me tell you about this. Rancho Cordova. Probably got it wrong, Mike. California. A 31-year-old man will be a minimum of 102 years old before he can get out of prison for holding a woman against her will, torturing her, and killing her other lover. Right? The sentence was announced Tuesday, December 19th, that Damon Allen Benson was sentenced to 71 years to life in prison for fatally shooting the other man in a horrific love triangle. He was convicted of murder, torture, aggravated mayhem, false imprisonment by violence, criminal threats, and other charges after the jury determined he murdered the victim with premeditation and intent. Benson met a woman on Tinder, but she was also seeing the victim, which made Benson jealous, right? Mm-hmm. The woman met the victim on Tinder as well. Investigators learned in August 2021 that Benson held the woman captive at his apartment after being extensively tortured on multiple occasions. In one instance, he carved a swastika into her back while he tied her to a ceiling with rope.
Oh, my God.
The woman is Jewish. Right?
That's disgusting.
Figure that out. Yeah. Benson maimed her, cut her up and shit, so she would tell him her other lover's address. Benson found the victim, Cameron Gabriel, and ambushed him before killing him and fleeing the scene. Benson said he killed Gabriel in self-defense, but surveillance footage reportedly shows Benson running into the victim's home in the middle of the night, followed by immediate gunfire and Benson running out of the home, right?
Right.
And, y'all, it's fucking disturbing. I mean, I don't know, because that this whole dating app shit, Tinder and whatever the fuck they are, it all came out after my time.
Yeah.
And I'm probably thankful of that, because there'll probably be a lot of nude photos floating around or something. But I'm just teasing me. I don't know, but you have to be, I guess it's the way and the norm now.
A lot of
I'd be
people
fucking
get on
suspect,
dating
bro. Because
apps.
I mean, you talk about, you could go to a ballroom back in the day and lie to a girl and say you were a lawyer or some bullshit, and you were a broke ass Joe flipping burgers or making pizzas or some shit. And but at least you knew him face to face before you went on a date with him. And these people, I guess you find matches or something. I don't know how it works. But
there's so many different ones.
Be safe, people. I mean, I don't know what happened to seeing a pretty girl, in a bar or something, and go and pick her up.
Oh yeah, and you know, I do know a couple of people that actually met on dating apps. Been married 10, 12 years.
I'm sure a lot of them have. I'm sure it's a great thing. I'm just saying, be careful.
That's right. The important thing is you never know who you're meeting. Be very, very cautious. Meet them in a public restaurant or something. If you're on one of those
Don't
apps.
be like that lady.
All it takes is one.
Remember that lady in Atlanta? She showed up and ate all the oysters and shit, and that dude jetted on her. We did a story.
Oh yeah,
Mike did the story.
Yeah, I remember. Yep.
Anyway.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts to spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdown scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
Lowe's knows you want to get even more value for the holiday. That's why as a My Lowe's Rewards member, you get new member deals on holiday decor, tools, and more. And you earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards to help you save on holiday and more. Not a member? Join for free today at Lowe's.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Because Lowe's knows deals. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
It takes one. Y'all stay safe because we love you. That's why we bring you Broken Dick public service announcements to telling you to not stay off Tinder, but vet these people.
Yeah, definitely.
We don't want to hear anything bad happen to you.
No, we don't. Oh, a little Mile High Crime.
Here it comes. It's the season.
That's right. And we I guess this would be a sort of a special pre-Christmas Mile High Crime.
Right.
Although,
ho, ho, ho.
Although I wish I could say it was something that would get you into the seasonal Christmas mood, but a Westminster, Colorado teen has been charged with supporting ISIS following an arrest at the Denver airport.
His ass beat.
The Colorado man has been charged with attempting to provide material to support a designated foreign terrorist organization following his arrest on Monday. Humanza Mascor, 18, of Westminster, made an initial appearance in federal court Tuesday. He was arrested at the airport while attempting to board a flight for the first leg on an overseas trip. He was traveling to the United Arab Emirates, where he intended to stay until he continued to either Afghanistan or Syria to serve as a fighter for ISIS.
Yeah. And I don't even imagine he would have made it.
Yeah, and so the FBI Denver field office obviously is investigating. Not a whole lot of details are out about this, how do they
monitor all anybody that's suspected, like on these sites that contact ISIS and these groups and shit like that. And of course, they want them, and of course they want them to come over. They'll monitor them. They're like, holy fuck, you're actually leaving the country to go over there, and you tell them that I'm coming over there and I'm gonna fight.
Yeah.
So that they can actually charge you with that since 9/11, the Patriot Act, whatever it was called, I can't remember. But fuck him.
Yeah.
I mean,
ISIS is a terrorist organization. They kill people.
They behead and rape and do whatever. Hey, you know what? If you're an ISIS member and you're a lifer, I'm sorry, you can go fuck yourself. I don't need you.
There you go. It kind of raised the question to me of the FBI does obviously a really good job on tracking and
there's so many
figuring these people out.
Yeah, they got to figure out what threat level they're on. Yeah. Like this asshole just wanted to go over there and be a warrior. Then you had like the two brothers in Boston. Remember the Boston Marathon bombing and shit like that, and they had kind of been on the radar, but not so much.
Yeah,
and so there's so many people that hate us and want to destroy us. And I'm not trying to make it political. I'm just being honest that they're never going to be able to track them all, or some are going to fall through the cracks. But hopefully it's better than it was for 9/11.
Amen to that.
There we go.
There you go. Mile high. We should have some good mile highs coming up after the travel days for sure. Uh-oh.
Kinky Crimes for Friday. And here we go, y'all. December 20th. A man wearing a dress and this is just so much better. Carrying a dildo tried to burglarize a Florida residence of a 69-year-old woman, according to police, who also charged the suspect with stalking. I'm pretty sure you can find somebody better stalked than a 69-year-old woman. Not age discrimination, because I'm probably almost there. But investigators say Marshall Jones, 40, first showed up outside the victim's St. Petersburg residence last Friday around 1:30 a.m. He was spotted on video trying to open the door. At the time, according to the arrest affidavit, Jones was wearing a dress and had what appeared to be an erect penis in his hand at waist level. Evidently, he didn't get his shit broke during the holidays. He didn't need to see Dr. Miranda Brown and our other friends at Flores, right? So after trying to enter her home, Jones is then seen pressing the erect penis against the door before walking away.
Oh, my God.
Right. But Jones came back to the property yesterday afternoon, but fled on foot. When police later busted Jones, he reportedly copped to the attempted burglary on December 15th and returned Tuesday to the home in the city's historic neighborhood. During questioning, cops report that Jones said, "I was holding a dildo," which had slipped out when he was recorded by
weird about that.
In a dress. When he was recorded by a surveillance camera last week. It is unclear from where the sex toy slipped out. Jones claimed that he was outside the home yesterday to check on the female occupant, since he claimed to have seen someone shot at the residence 2 weeks earlier to take a shot at it. There is no record of the shooting. Jones, who also used the surname Blair, was arrested for attempted burglary, a felony, and stalking and resisting an officer without violence and misdemeanors, and his ass is locked up.
Of course.
But Jones was arrested earlier this year after a homeowner told police that Jones and another man were casing his residence. Jones was arrested again for possession of burglary tools as well as possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia, and he pled guilty to the in June to the felony coke charge and was sentenced to 90 days in jail.
Wow.
Dressing up like a woman, pressing your erect penis on the door. Don't get it, but I bet you the FBI's got a fucking fetish name for it.
Hey, and we give you the details, even the kinky details here on Real Life Real Crime Daily, and we actually have the probable cause warrant. And we are going to post that on Facebook.
Yes. Oh my
and
God,
it lists these details out. We don't make them up, people. We don't make them up. But how about that? Got a dildo trying to break in your house.
And I am holding that warrant in my hand that Jim found. And y'all go check it out on RLRC database.
It's absolutely crazy. It's very good. It's pretty good.
Kinky Crimes for Friday.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, keep it going, Woody. I bet you got another story there to tell us.
But I can find one. So, little cocaine, little meth, yayo.
Yayo.
Fucking, the speedster.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call them. So let me tell you what happened. Yeah, all that shit's got to come in the country, except for the meth. You can make it here naturally. But super meth, ice, generally comes from Mexico. And the cocaine travels through Mexico. But according to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers at the Otay Mesa Cargo facility, they encountered a 28-year-old driver in a commercial tractor trailer on December 13th carrying a shipment appearing to be jalapeno paste.
Oh.
Right?
Jalapeno paste.
Right.
Okay. I like a little jalapeno paste.
I mean, I love jalapenos.
Yeah.
I mean, I grow all kinds of peppers in my garden and shit. So they're checking it out, and they pull out X amount of vehicles or either randomly inspect them, right?
Right.
So they're in search of the vehicle, which involved a K9 unit. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers recovered 349 packages of cocaine and meth inside the vats of the jalapeno paste. Officials said that although the driver had a valid border crossing card, the vehicle and the shipment were referred for further examination in a secondary inspection. That's y'all if you're in line, and they'll sometimes it's just a machine that gives you a red light or green light, and sometimes it's an officer, and they'll say, pull over, secondary inspection, right? And that's where they put the dog ring.
And how much was it? How many?
300, and I'll tell you. So it was 349 packs, right?
Yeah.
But the packages contained over 3,000 pounds of meth and 500 pounds of cocaine. Now, a kilo is 2.5 is. So, and that's 28,000. Hell, I can't even do the math on this. Millions of dollars worth of shit. And they said our K9 teams are an invaluable component of our counter narcotics operations, providing a reliable and unequaled mobile detection capability. And that's what the port director said. By implementing local operations under Operation Apollo and CBP's strategy to combat fentanyl and other synthetic drugs, we will continue to secure communities and stifle the growth of transnational criminal organizations, one seizure after another. And officials said the driver was turned over to Homeland Security investigations. I'm sure they're going to pump some information, but he probably didn't know dick. It was an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
And it was seized. But it's clear in this particular seizure that it was all about the K9. Jalapeno paste was seen to be a pretty pungent scent blocker, but not powerful enough. And thank you goes out to this K9, and another thank you goes out to our friends Roy, Kristen, and Kristen at Louisiana Funeral Services and Pet Crematory for everything they do for us and our listeners. And remember, we've all got to go at some point, and when that time comes, you can rest easy with the team in Broussard, Louisiana, under giant American flag. Happy New Year, guys.
That's right.
Roy and the Two Christmas.
Yes, absolutely. Great work.
But,
those people.
It's such a misnomer. They try to hide it in coffee grounds and they try something that's going to burn the dog's nose. They're trained for all that shit.
Yep.
I mean, just like they're thinking of new ways to hide it, the trainers are thinking of new ways
to send it out.
Right. To detect it.
You're right. Well, we have come to the end of this one, and look, just 3 days until Christmas.
Yep. So, a couple of days till Santa Claus comes.
Yep. And our last episode before that. So once again, Merry Christmas to all of you.
Ho, ho, ho. No, that's not a Kinky Crimes segment. No. I'm saying Santa Claus coming to town. Happy birthday, Jesus. Happy Hanukkah, whatever you do. We love y'all. And it's just been another great year, right?
Amen. Oh, totally blessed.
Oh, actually, another great year.
The best year.
We're completing our first year almost. We had like one more episode.
Yeah. Our very first year with Real Life Real Crime Daily, and look, as a combination, Real Life Real Crime Daily and Real Life Real Crime, over 15 million downloads.
Right. It's crazy.
I was looking at that yesterday.
Yeah, it's love.
And it's all because of the people that listen, obviously.
Right. And we love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. We love Ago too. I'm sure he was coming in until this morning. And
and look, he's missed a few shows, so he's going to be on fire next time.
Oh, my God.
We might not get a word in edgewise.
Right.
Real quick, next week, for those of you that look, we're not going to let you go without your true crime fix through those holidays. We know you still like to listen to it while you're cooking up turkey or whatever you're doing. Football, all that stuff. So we are going to have some best ofs that we're going to be dropping. We will have on the 26th, we will have a current episode that we're dropping on the 26th, but then the 27th, 28th, and 29th, those are all going to be some 2023 best of segments that you're going to want to hear. These are the ones that were rated the highest, and we got the most downloads on, so you'll really enjoy those. And I do introduce each of those segments, so there will be some new stuff in there.
And it's all love, and I hope everybody gets all they want for Christmas.
That's right.
And we love y'all. Merry Christmas.
And until next time, I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton.
And for Mike Agovino, we are Real Life, Real Crime Daily. Peace.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.